إلى الله نمضي يا هنيئا لمن سبق ويا حظ قلبي.
رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. My topic for today is relationship with non-Muslims. How we relate with non-Muslims in our community, in our environment, wheresoever we find ourselves, be it in our neighborhood, in the hostel, or maybe out on a journey or wheresoever. Firstly, Islam doesn't go against we relating well with non-Muslims because of their different belief or their faith in, because we have different belief or we have different faith. We need to relate with them accordingly. We should be we should relate with them equally, and we should treat them nicely. We should treat them well. We shouldn't say because they are not Muslims, and we should treat them in the manner that they feel like, oh, this is wrong, this is bad, because I'm not a Muslim, because I'm not among you, or because I'm different. Is that the reason why you treat me like this? No, in fact, our attitude, our character, our action would even make them love Islam better. But when we treat them the other way around, they'll feel like you're treating me like this because I'm not a Muslim, and they will you even make them hate the religion. But if you, like they say, action speaks louder than words. You don't have to talk and talk and talk, and meanwhile your attitude is not even giving a good example. You need to lead by example. Be an ambassador of Islam. That's firstly. So even Quran, many chapters has shown that we should relate with non-Muslims in a kind manner, just exactly the way we relate with, because they are good people and they are bad people, even in Islam and Christianity and whatsoever religion. They are good and bad among them. So the Quran chapter 60 verse Quran chapter 60 verse Quran chapter 60 verse 8 to 9 says that as you should relate kindly with the non-Muslims as long as they don't go against your faith, your belief, and they don't chase you away from your homeland, and they don't fight against you, they don't stop you from worshiping Allah, then you relate with them well. But if they do all that, then you can then fight against that. And that is where you can turn your you can fight against that, yes. But in as much as they support you or they don't go against it, whether they support it or they don't, but they don't go against you worshiping Allah, you believing that La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Almighty Allah is the greatest, and is Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is messenger, is the one that brought Islam to us, and him himself, he was brought in the midst of non-Muslims. So imagine he related with them well, and that even caused them to even accept Islam. That's relationship with non-Muslims in aspect of, as long as they don't disturb your worship and everything, relate with them nicely. And when it comes to relating with non-Muslims, and when it comes to the marriage aspect, intimate relationship, yes, we as Muslimah, we are not allowed to marry non-Muslims, and that is yes, like there is no doubt about that. You don't say maybe this, maybe that. Yes, you can help the person by preaching Islam, by doing dawah to the person, or taking the person on Islam programs that could initially change the person. But we shouldn't forget that Almighty Allah guides whom He wills. So the guidance, the exposure to Islam is Allah's will. Nobody can do that. We should just show them and at least preach to them. But when it comes to marrying non-Muslims as men, we can't. But yes, Muslim men can marry non-Muslims, non-Muslim women. But Muslim women marrying non-Muslim men, it's forbidden. And when it comes to your wali must be a believer of faith, person that believes in Allah and person that believes in Allah and Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So we shouldn't use a non-believer as our wali instead of a believer. We shouldn't say because definitely we'll have believers one way or the other. So we should make sure our believer starts as our wali. And what is our wali? Our wali is a guardian, maybe somebody that is above us, somebody we respect, somebody that we can trust. that's somebody that is our wali, that is capable. So our wali shouldn't be a non-believer. Let us take note of that. Well, we should take concerning friendship and influence. We should know that there is an hadith Bukhari that said that being alone is better than being in bad company, and being in good company is better than being alone. So you should take note of who you make as friends. If you feel like your friends are bad influence, your friends are giving you negative influence, you should keep them aside. You don't have to relate to them, but at least show them kindness, be respectful, be humble. But don't relate to them in a way that they can influence you. Just like a smoke, when you stay near a smoke for a long time, you start smelling. Just exactly like this. And when you stay close to somebody that smells, somebody that has scent, perfume, you have a good scent. So that's very, very brief for you to understand that yes, have good influence around you. And lastly, we have exchange of gifts. Yes, you can give non-Muslim gifts. You can present gifts to non-Muslims. Like it's even the Prophet also did that. It could even bring love, and you allow them to love Islam more. You let them know that Islam preaches gifts, exchange gifts. Not you don't have to wait for a day to exchange gifts. Exchange gifts. It enhances love between yourself. And yes, how you relate to your non-Muslim relatives. When it comes to your non-Muslim relatives in Islam, you relate to them well. You tie the ties of kinship. You don't have to be the one to break you don't have to be the one to cut the ties of kinship. You need to always tie the ties of kinship in your family, in your relationship, and all of that. You don't say because they are non-Muslims then you have to treat them differently. The only thing that can make you go against the way you treat them is maybe when they go against your religion, they disturb you from practicing Islam and all of that. In as much as they don't do that, you treat them equally as you treat non-Muslims, and that could even be a sabab for them to be a better Muslim. And we don't just listen to what you hear, you put them in practice, daily activities, and make sure that you exhibit all of this. May Allah guide us, may Allah make it easy for us, and may Allah give us better understanding about the deen Islam. Assalamu alaikum.
قلب من تقى الله قد خفق تمر بنا الأيام سرعة كأننا نرى سرعة